Hello and welcome, I'm Stormo and this is Quarries of Scred. This is an independently developed game made right here in Melbourne. And as you can probably tell from the title screen, it's got a very sort of old school retro vibe. Sort of feels to me like it's running on, say, an Apple II or something like that. It's pretty fun. So we're going to get right into it, and I'll explain how the game works. As we do. This is the plot, where Bob, who is terrible, he owes a lot of money and needs to mine gems in the quarries to pay off his debt, which is exactly what we're going to be doing. So, and we should avoid those things. This is the value of everything. This might feel very much like a sort of classic arcade game where they have the score sheets and everything like that showing up. So yeah, anyway, let's get into this and I will show you how this works. So, this is our quarry. We are up here. And we move around by doing this. We gather these. I'll just very quickly explain a couple of things here, just while I work down. The optimal way to do this, to my understanding, is to start near the bottom and work your way back up. That's what several people have told me. And that's how I am going to work. And it's also what I figured out. So, you get as far down as you can, and you try to get back up. What we don't want to do is have rocks fall on us. We are now going to die. Just like that. Okay, I did that badly. But as you can tell, this is a game where death is very sudden and very expected, is the best way to say it. Anyway, so, the other thing to note about this game, and you'll know it down in the bottom left corner there, you'll see that there is a timer and also a seed. That's because every time you play the game you get a different quarry layout. So this is different from the last one I had. Crap. Okay, that was foolish. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking down at the bottom corner where the seed was and pressing the arrow key at random, which is not a good idea in this game because it will end up killing you. So the goal is to try and collect the gems, turn them into credits, which you can then use to buy certain items. And I'll just grab a couple more gems and then we'll head out of here and I will show that part of it off. So that's just enough gems. This isn't the best way to do this. In general, you want to start as low down as you can. Want to work your way to the bottom and then try and get as many gems as you work your way back up. Or at least that's how I've been told I should be doing it. That's how I've generally done it since I started playing the game. Not always, but generally. So, I should explain what I did there before I went all the way over there, because I am so automatic at doing that I just do it automatically. This is the dirt refinery, and we refine our ore, which turns into credits. You can see if I just grab some ore here, I've got 1 ore, and I've turned it into 5 credits. So, you get 5 credits per stack of ore. Across on this screen, which is, of course, an entire new quarry as well, we have the gem refinery. And this allows us to refine the unsunium and inthronium gems. Unsunium are the blue gems, and inthronium are the red gems. And we press the button, and that refines into credits as well. There is a third type of gem called Songlasia that you might have seen on the starting screen. It's a green J-shaped gem. And Songlasia is a bit different to all the other gems. You might notice there that I lost a couple of gems as I went down there because the rocks crushed them. Interestingly, a falling gem will crush rocks under certain circumstances as well. So, get out of there. Of course, they'll also crush you, or rocks will crush you. I don't think falling gems crush you. You end up collecting them. So, I'm just going to go back and refine these gems so you can see some more stuff. We're going to move along a bit more. You'll also notice at the bottom of this particular quarry there's an access to a lower level. So the quarry is basically 5 across and 2 down. And so this is this screen, and you can see here the Rankler type enemies, the yellow things that are moving around. We don't want to deal with those at all if we can help it. And we can kill them. If I do that, it will kill them, but that Rankler's now going to come out and cause trouble. Also, ranklers eat gems. So, I'm going to get off that screen. He won't follow me onto this screen. And I'm going to head back, all the way back. I'll explain, this is the drone shop. You buy drones, and you use the drones for something I'm sure I can. There we go. So we now purchased a drone, have we? No, we have not purchased a drone. Okay. Oh, that's right, they cost 5,000, so there I am not paying attention. And we have a tech shop, which allows us to buy batteries, laser remotes, lasers, remote refiners, and gravity inverters. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit confused by the spacing of the text here. And those are all good things. Lasers let you cut through mounds of enemies and rocks, and the remote refiner lets you refine remotely, as you would imagine. And the gravity inverter changes the direction that things fall. The demo shop lets you buy mines and mine layers, so if I buy that, and then I go to here, buy a bunch of mines, you see I'm spending my credits on those. Mines allow you to blow up rocks, and also solid rock, which is a different thing. And this is the telepad. This is actually basically the purpose of the game. So your goal in this game is to get enough credits to buy the pass for the teleporter and leave the quarry. Now, it's technically not that hard to just do that, but you also want to maximize your score as best you can, and the best way to do that, of course, is to collect as many gems, trade them in for cash, and get what you can before you successfully complete the quarry. Now, one particular aspect of this is that the Songlasia gem, which I haven't actually come across in the game yet, but the Songlasia gem is only added to your score after you successfully complete the quarry. This is basically the incentive for actually completing the quarry, because the bonus it grants you is far greater than the score you would otherwise get for just collecting it and not completing the quarry. This basically means it's never better to simply go as far as you can in a quarry than it is to complete it, especially if you have Songlasia. So, you need to be aware of that. Cool, okay. Just a bit worried there for a second, but I don't need to be. Just going to get back up out here. And again, you can see there's an exit at the bottom of this particular level of the quarry. And this is the 5th screen on this side. So you basically start in the middle screen, and you have 2 to the left and 2 to the right. And still no Songlasia, so it must all be hiding in the lower areas, which I'll try to work down without getting killed very shortly. We'll just come back here. And I'll show what... oh, I already used my mines. I don't remember using my mines. I'm sure I bought some. Let's head across here, and we'll buy some mines. Okay, so we have some. We definitely have mines. Oh, okay, that was bad. Okay, so we'll start a new game. You'll see my terrible score there because I didn't refine the gems. The solid rock I'm talking about, that blue stuff you can see, the big blue sheets there, that's solid rock. You need mines to blast through it, I believe. There's usually also a way to get through it without them. So anyway, and you can see the mechanics of the way rocks falls there too. In terms of, you have a rock sitting above another rock, and there's a way for it to fall to the side, so it won't end up on another rock. It will actually keep falling, which is what just happened there, and also what just happened there. So, and you can see it happen there as well. So, that's how rocks work in this game. And I'll push this rock across, and it will fall that way. The idea, I guess, is because you are mining a quarry, and rocks do fall down, and the quarry will crumble around you as you mine it. So, and that can be used to your advantage as well, that falling mechanic. You can definitely take advantage of it. So, I'm going to head across this way. Now this is an interesting map, because as you'll notice, there's basically all dirt all the time here. And that can be a good thing, can also be a bad thing. Means you'll get a lot of credits for clearing the dirt as you go through, and it also means that things aren't going to fall on you as much. So it makes life a little bit easier, but you've still got to be very careful, because you can do stupid things like that, which I've just done. Now this is interesting, I've never seen this layout before. You can see on the right side there's a Rankler stuck in a sort of boundary area of the map. So I'm not sure what that's about. I haven't ever come across that. I did come across a layout yesterday that had a mushroom shape in it, which I thought was rather interesting. I've never seen that before either. I've put a couple of hours... Okay, I am not very good at this game. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do my best here to show what it is, but as you can tell, I just keep making stupid mistakes. It doesn't help that I'm talking. This is a game that very much requires concentration and forward planning. I'm trying to do a lot quickly, and doing stuff quickly is probably not the best way to play this game. It lends itself well to strategizing and really thinking about where you're going to go, which I'm not doing because I just want to demonstrate as much as I can, as quickly as I can for the purposes of the video. You would not normally play the game the way I am playing the game because I am being very, well, not very strategic is the best way to say it. And you see again, and in fact, the good news is we have some Songlasia on this map. You can see the structure just on the screen now with the two Ranklers moving back and forward and those J-shaped gems. Those are Songlasia. Unfortunately, those are going to be super difficult to get because of the structure they're in. And the fact that those Ranklers will come out of those gaps if you get too near. There's two other enemy types. You've already seen one on one of the other screens. You can see it moving back and forth near the drone shop, and that's the bat-like enemies that I don't know the names of. Maybe they are drones. Looks like we're going to need mines to get further on that map, so we're going to head out. There's a red thing there. I don't know what the red thing is. You can see it in the middle of the map above the two parallel grey lines. That's something I've never actually seen before in all the time I've spent playing this game, which admittedly isn't a lot. I've put a few hours into it so far. And it's a game that is very replayable, actually. I've found... I tend to find that one game isn't enough. You need to do more than that. So as we go across here, and I'll get the money for that dirt. I haven't done much else there. And can I afford a laser? I can afford a laser. So, we'll buy... No, I can't afford a laser because I bought a battery accidentally. I hit the wrong button, which is a bit annoying. I can buy a mine layer and some mines though. So now we have mines. And I can show what mines actually do if I press that button. Oh no, that's not the button I want. One of these buttons does it. I did figure it out. There we go. That's that button. And that's what mines do. So they blow things up, and they make life a little bit easier when you want them to, but not always. They're not a guarantee of success. We'll lay a mine there. You don't want to be standing where the mines explode, but you can stand where you lay the mine because the explosion radiates out, I believe. But I'm just moving away for safety's sake in case I'm wrong about that, which I sometimes am. So if we go down here, I can demonstrate one of the other properties that mines have, I believe. No, I can't. Okay. I'm going to work our way back up here. Oh, okay. That was never going to end well, and I knew that from the moment I moved there that I was going to end badly, so... Oh well, let's just keep going. I have one more crack and do some stuff. If I can't get out of there quickly, there we go. Moving quickly can help you survive. The rocks fall at a specific rate, and if you understand what that rate is, you can do stuff like I did there where I dodged in and out. You can do that too when you have the scenario where you've got the dirt under the rock there. If you're very quick, you can dodge in and out. Very dangerous, very risky to do that. You'll probably die, but you won't always die. So it's something I've been able to do a little bit successfully at. So just clear those out. And you can see that moving thing there, that's a bat-like enemy. That actually will kill you if you get too near it, by the way. I've accidentally done that in the past. Looks like we've got a slightly less interesting layout this time. Anyway, I'm going to deliberately kill myself because I want to show something else. Okay, so that was the end of that one. And we will head back to the menu. And I'll show you a couple other features this game has. The first one is this one. This is a daily seed. Now, I mentioned before that the game uses a random seed to generate the quarry. However, it also has a fixed daily seed that everybody is the same for everybody. And what that means is when I go into here, I have an opportunity to attempt a regulated seed, which is the same for all players. So everyone who has this game will see this exact quarry that we're seeing today. So if you're playing on the day I'm recording this video, you will know what day I recorded this video solely by the quarry that I am currently working through, because this is the daily quarry. So I'll just try, and I think I've trapped myself. Oh dear. This may not end well. I have accidentally trapped myself. No, that wasn't going to end. Okay, so that was today's quarry, and I buggered it up pretty badly. The downside of buggering it up pretty badly like that is that I now can't do it again. You only get one shot at the daily quarry, so that's a bit unfortunate. I'll back out, and I'll show you a really cool feature this game has. Now, the tiles in this game are basically just bitmap images that you can alter, and the game ships with a couple of really cool ones already in it. And if I change the graphics mode, you can see what they are. So I've changed it to Commodore 64, and now if I go back into the game, you'll see that it looks like it's running on a Commodore 64. It uses the color palette. The sprites mostly look the same in this one. It's mostly just the colors that are different. It has that very sort of washed out color palette that the C64 had. Although the C64 could be pretty bright as well, but you had to be really smart with the way you use colors on the original hardware for that to work. There's a couple others. There's one that emulates a CGA monitor, one that emulates the ZX Spectrum, one that emulates an amber monochrome monitor, and one that emulates a green screen monitor as well. So there's a couple of different ones there. So I work down here. But generally I've found that most people seem to prefer this one. Oh, I died. Okay. I was hoping to get that gem and get out of there, but I didn't quite time it correctly. But yeah, the Commodore 64 one looks pretty cool. And there's a couple others. There's one that sort of gives you a more sort of 16-bit style sprite set, makes things a bit more colourful and bright. And a few others, and they're all worth checking out. You'll probably end up with a particular preference for one that you like the most. And it's a really neat feature, and of course you can make your own, because they're all just images in the game's data files that you can easily replace. As is the music, actually. The music in this game, which for some reason isn't playing, probably because I've turned it off. So I apologize for that. In fact, I'm going to go back to the title screen, and I'm not sure why I've turned the music off in this game, but I have. I'm going to turn the music volume up so you can hear the glorious music this game has, and I'll try a different graphics mode. Let's try... yeah, these are a couple of custom ones. So I'll try CNI Angel Awesome 1. You get a good look at this one. So we'll go back, start the game, and everything is blue now. So, wow, everything is blue, and I am a triangle. Okay, so this is one of the other graphics modes the game has. I hadn't actually tried this one before now. But everything's still fairly recognizable. I can sort of understand what all the things are. So it's not too bad. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this, though. And you hear the music. I'll let the music run a little bit there. In fact, I might back out of this. Return to task screen. I'll turn the music volume up a bit more. And we'll turn it up to 6. And we'll try a different graphics mode, because that one's a bit annoying, actually. Eerie, GB, Mono Amber, Mono Green, Pelagic. Yeah, let's try Pelagic. I haven't seen Pelagic yet. So we'll go see what this one is. Ah, I see what this one is. Ah, okay. Yes. I fully know what this one is now. It's very cool. Oh, okay, I knew that was about to happen. I should have been a bit smarter about where I was going there. So, I'm just going to change graphics mode. So, what do I think of this game? I think it is really good. And we again have one that's got a bit more of a 16-bit feel, this one. This is the one I was talking about. It feels like a sort of early 90s VGA era game, I guess. That's what it feels like to me anyway. I wasn't a big PC gamer growing up, but that's kind of what this particular one feels like. So, the gems are all these nice glowy blue gems. So, yep. Anyway, yeah, I think this is a really cool game. It's surprisingly addictive. Like, you probably can tell if you're familiar with the old arcade games like Dig Dug. You can probably tell that it's very much inspired by those games, and I did a terrible thing there. I don't ever pretend to be good at video games. Man, I didn't make that at all. I think it's really fun. It's obviously, as you can probably tell by the number of times I've failed dismally, that it's brutally hard. It doesn't pretend to be anything else. The fact you only get one chance at each quarry is perhaps the biggest criticism you could have with this game. There's a lot down here that I can get fairly safely, which is good. But at the same time, and I'm going to need mines to get through that, so I can't go any further there. At the same time, it's a really fun game. I find it really addictive. It's something I've found that what I tend to do is pick it up, play it for a little while, and then go on to play something else. In fact, that's what I'm doing now, because I'll be recording more videos after this video is complete. And overall, I'm a big fan of Quarries of Scred, and the best part is it was developed right here in my hometown. I met the developer at PAX last year, and he had nothing but good things to say about his own game, as you would imagine. But more interesting than that, I met a man who can fairly legitimately claim to be the best player of this game in the world. Or at least at the time I spoke to him, he was. Why did I do that? And he gave me some tips and explained the game to me. At PAX Australia last year, they actually had this game set up in a wooden arcade cabinet that looked like it was out of the 70s. I believe it was a repurposed arcade cabinet running this game. Now, I should point out this game is originally designed to run in a 4:3 aspect ratio. You're probably seeing it stretched. There's not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. I've tried different ways to fix that in order to get the game looking more like how it's supposed to, but unfortunately the nature of my capture setup means that it isn't easy to do that, and so it's possible I will have corrected that by the time this video goes live, but it's unlikely. So if you're seeing this game stretched widescreen, know that it's actually not meant to be. It's just because of the way I have to capture the game, it's being stretched for the purposes of this video. It does look really nice. I mean, it works fine in this stretch view as well, but yeah, do know that it's not meant to look this sort of stretched. So, unfortunately, there's not a lot I've been able to do about that. So, hopefully, I can come up with a solution for that before the video goes live, and everything I've just said will be completely relevant if that's the case, but I suspect it won't be. So yeah, I really like this game. I'm terrible at it, and I highly advise not following any of my strategies for completing the game because I am bad. But I have fun with it anyway, and I think you guys should too. If you like Boulder Dash and Dig Dug, you should definitely like this game. If you like games that require a bit of planning and a bit of strategy, a bit of forward thinking, then you're going to like this as well. I am going to off myself in the most hilariously awful way possible, and that will be the end of the video. So, that was Quarries of Scred. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.